A Category 1 hurricane is the least severe classification on the Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale, but it can still cause significant damage. These storms produce sustained winds ranging from 74 to 95 miles per hour, 119 to 153 kilometers per hour. At this level, damage is generally considered minimal to moderate, but it's far from harmless. Loose outdoor items like patio furniture, signs, and garbage cans can become dangerous projectiles. Roof shingles may be stripped from buildings, and unanchored mobile homes are particularly at risk. Trees with shallow roots can be uprooted, while larger trees may lose limbs, causing power outages and blocked roads. Power loss from a Category 1 hurricane may last several days, especially in areas with overhead power lines. Coastal flooding is a concern, as storm surges can rise between 4 to 5 feet, especially during high tide. While Category 1 hurricanes usually do not require mandatory evacuations, local authorities may still issue warnings, especially for low-lying areas. An example is Hurricane Danny in 1997, which, despite its lower wind category, caused serious flooding and property damage due to excessive rainfall, showing that even the weakest hurricanes demand caution and preparation. A Category 2 hurricane is significantly more dangerous, with sustained winds between 96 and 110 miles per hour, 154 to 177 kilometers per hour. These winds are powerful enough to cause extensive damage to roofs, siding, and windows of homes and small businesses. Well-constructed buildings may suffer partial roof failure, while mobile homes and older structures can be destroyed entirely. Trees are more likely to be uprooted or snapped in half, which increases the likelihood of blocked roads and fallen power lines. Widespread power outages lasting several days to weeks are common, especially in areas with dense vegetation or outdated electrical infrastructure. Storm surges can reach heights of 6 to 8 feet, resulting in moderate to severe coastal flooding. In urban environments with poor drainage systems, flash flooding may occur even away from the coast. A well-known example of a Category 2 storm is Hurricane Francis, 2004, which caused immense destruction in Florida, primarily due to its size and prolonged presence. Wind wasn't the only issue. Persistent rainfall and rising water levels devastated roads and infrastructure. Category 2 hurricanes are often met with mandatory evacuations for coastal and flood-prone areas, and preparation is vital for ensuring safety and minimizing losses. A Category 3 hurricane marks the threshold of a major hurricane, with sustained wind speeds ranging from 111 to 129 miles per hour, 178 to 208 kilometers per hour. At this level, the damage becomes devastating. Roof structures of even well-built homes can be torn off, and many trees, both shallow and deep-rooted, are either uprooted or snapped, leading to significant environmental and infrastructural disruption. Power and water outages can last weeks, and cleanup efforts can take even longer due to the massive amounts of debris and damaged infrastructure. Mobile homes are destroyed, and older or poorly maintained buildings may collapse. Windows and doors can be blown in by debris, and metal buildings may experience partial wall failures. The storm surge can climb above 9 feet, flooding entire coastal communities and pushing salt water far inland. This type of flooding often leads to the contamination of freshwater systems and damage to crops and farmlands. A sobering example is Hurricane Katrina, which struck Louisiana as a Category 3 storm in 2005. Despite not being at peak intensity upon landfall, it caused one of the deadliest and most expensive disasters in U.S. history due to levee failures, long-lasting flooding, and a slow government response. A Category 3 hurricane demands immediate and comprehensive evacuation strategies, especially in low-lying or coastal regions, as the risk to human life becomes significantly high. A Category 4 hurricane is considered catastrophic, with wind speeds ranging from 130 to 156 miles per hour, 209 to 251 kilometers per hour. This level of storm is capable of causing structural failure in well-constructed homes and commercial buildings. Entire sections of roofs can be blown away, windows can shatter even with storm shutters, and walls may collapse under the intense pressure and flying debris. Power poles are snapped, Water systems are often compromised, and most trees are either uprooted or broken. Recovery times can be extremely long, sometimes months or more due to the extent of destruction. Storm surges can exceed 13 feet, flooding areas far inland, destroying coastal roads, and washing away buildings. The combination of wind, surge, and rainfall leads to an overwhelming situation for emergency responders, often resulting in delays or total inability to reach affected areas. A strong example of a Category 4 hurricane is Hurricane Harvey, 2017. It made landfall in Texas and caused over $125 billion in damage, mainly due to its rainfall, dumping more than 50 inches of water in some places. While Harvey's winds were destructive, its slow movement and extreme flooding made it especially devastating. Emergency planning must be rigorous for Category 4 storms, with evacuations extending far beyond the coastline to account for storm surge and potential inland flooding. A Category 5 hurricane is the most extreme classification, with sustained winds exceeding 157 miles per hour, 252 plus kilometers per hour. The damage from a Category 5 hurricane is described as total and catastrophic. Well-built homes may be destroyed, high-rise buildings can lose their upper floors, and even reinforced concrete structures may experience severe damage. Entire residential areas may become uninhabitable for weeks or months. Infrastructure is often obliterated. Roads are washed out or buried under debris. Airports and seaports are closed indefinitely, and emergency services are usually unable to function for days. The storm surge can reach 18 feet or more, wiping out everything in its path and extending the flooding inland by several miles. A haunting example is Hurricane Dorian, 2019, which stalled over the Bahamas for nearly 36 hours as a Category 5 storm with wind speeds of 185 miles per hour. It flattened entire communities on Great Abaco Island and left tens of thousands homeless. Another notorious example is Hurricane Andrew, 1992, which demolished over 60,000 homes in Florida and forever changed building codes in the region. Surviving a Category 5 storm without proper shelter is nearly impossible. Entire emergency systems may break down, and the aftermath often resembles a war zone. Full recovery can take years, and the emotional toll on survivors is long-lasting. A Category 5 hurricane represents the worst-case scenario in meteorology, and evacuation is not just recommended, it is essential. Despite growing public awareness of hurricane dangers, a common question still arises. Is there a Category 6? The official answer is no. The Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale caps out at Category 5, as it already represents total structural devastation. Once winds exceed 157 miles per hour, any additional increase in speed has little additional impact on categorization because the destruction is already considered maximum. That said, some scientists and meteorologists have proposed adding a Category 6 to account for stronger and more frequent superstorms fueled by climate change. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the forces that shape our world. Stay safe, and see you in the next video.